So it's about 100 degrees out in my garage, about 8 o'clock in the evening. So I was thinking, what better day to film a slug reloading video for you guys. It's actually hotter than Satan's nutsack. So within the past couple of years, past probably 3 or 4 years, the Russian slug mode market has really hit the US over here pretty hard. I kind of like to think that, I helped the cause a bit. But today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I cast my slugs. The particular slug mode I'm using today is the Botfly, by saying that right. But anyway, so this particular slug, it's a hollow point, 3-piece segmented slug, and I know it's going to be like super awesome. All of their slug modes are freaking awesome. So you guys stand by and we'll get to it here in a second. Alright, so right now I got my slug mode on the edge of my lead pod. Lead pod is turned all the way up. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm prepping my mode in preparation to cast. So this kind of heats it up. It's kind of like a preheat. So I just keep it right there. Keep it right there on the side. And wait for my pot to get hot. And then we're off. And then off we're running. So these particular modes here, I found that they tend to run or like to run hot. And I'll show you guys why here in a second. So let's see if I can zoom in on what we got going. So we're almost there. So you guys give me about 5 minutes and we'll be off and running. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna show you guys how I like to prep all my brand new modes, especially the ones I get from Russia. It seems like the center pin on the Russian plugs, the Russian modes are made a little bit more intricate than what we see over here in the States, and casting with them can be a pain in the butt. So, but I'm gonna show you what I do to kind of ease the pain, and some things that you can do to help your slug like freely release from the mold. So first thing I do when I get a slug mold is I'll clean it, right? Clean it with Dawn soap. Then after that, I go back with some acetone, wipe everything down. Then after that, I like to use this right here, spray graphite. It's kind of similar to Frank's Arsenal mold release agent. Shake it up real good. And what I like to do is just spray a nice little coat. Let it dry. See if you guys can see that. See how it's nice and black? You kind of get the, it's almost the same effect as if you smoke it, but it's a lot faster and I think it's a lot more effective. So we're almost ready to start with our first pour. Let's check it. All right, well, let's get to casting. All right, so we're ready to make our first casting. Drop a little bit in there like that. Wait for it to cool. Now what's cool about this is once you get the slug out, you can drop it down like so, like that, to the next ring. Close it up and just wiggle the center pin out like that. Second casting. Now when your mold heats up, when it gets hotter, it's going to be a lot easier to get these guys out. But until then, you know, just a few little taps. Drop it down. Slight little wiggle. And she pulls right out of there. And I'll show you guys what the slug looks like on the center pan. So when you get it out, looks like this right there. Beautiful. That's where you put it to remove the slug. A couple little shakes. And that one came out a lot easier. Turn the pot off, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm loading them up. So stand by. All right, so you can use almost any wad with these. If you use your traditional shot wads, of course you're going to have to cut off the pedals. But what I have here, I have this right here is the BP20, which you cannot get in the United States. So you got to have a homeboy who lives over there in Europe like I do to send you some. But you can get these here. These are the BT18s or BP18s, and you can find these at Ballistic products. So what I like to do is one side there's a small little nipple. Not sure if you can see it right there in the center. I'll remove that with my thumb. Then I take a small drill bit, get right there in the center, and just barely start a hole in it. Just something for the screw to catch on to. So that's what you're looking at right there. Can you guys see that? Right there. Then take your slug, and I use these screws right here. I'm not sure what size they are, but all I know is that they fit just perfect. You're going to line the screw down right there in the center of your slug, and you guys see it barely sticking out. That's going to mate up in that hole right there. Now it's very important that you keep these jokers square. So then take your screwdriver, just go in, try to keep everything as parallel, square as possible, and you're going to keep screwing until you don't have, till it starts to get tight and resistance right there. So there you have it. So this style slug is called a plumbata style slug, meaning the wad is going to stay attached to it during flight. It actually, you know, it's actually going to give his flight stability and make it a pretty damn accurate slug, being shot out of both a smoothbore or rifle barrel shotgun. So that's what it looks like. And next step is load these bad boys up in a shell and roll crimp them. So you gotta stand by for a second. All right, so we're back. I got 38 grains of blue dot loaded in this 2 3/4 clear cheddite hull. And as you can see, right, that slug is kind of deep in there. Now, you can raise your slug column up if you add a gas seal, but I'm going for a nice deep crimp. I got this brand new roll crimper. It has 4 pins in it. And I'll tell you what, I am falling in love with this thing. So, see how it crimps. I like to hold it there for a second to build up some heat from friction. And slow, even pressure until you feel it bottom out right there. And bam, look at that. Perfect. Perfectly crimped right there. And that's pretty much it, guys. Svarog Slug Mold company from Russia. They make a mighty fine product. I own quite a few of the molds. And when they sent me this one as well, it did not disappoint. So I can't wait to get these guys on paper, see how they shoot. And so you guys just stand by, just stay tuned for that video. So as you guys can see, I've only been in here maybe 20 minutes and I'm sweating like a slave, y'all. Things I do for you guys. But anyway, thanks again for tagging along for this video. I'll be getting these guys to the range in a few weeks. So just hold tight and I'll get that video out to you guys too as well. Special thanks to Svarog. I hope I'm saying that right. And if I'm not, please correct me. For sending me this mold to try. This mold, once again, is called the Botfly. You guys check them out. And as always, check out my sponsors at www.ballisticproducts.com. And as always, you can find us on Facebook at Buck and Slug Reloaders. So until next time, you guys have a good one.